Yeah, let's fucking go, dude. Like, bro, is him. Oh my god. Hey there, guys. In celebration of my 100k view count milestone, today we're gonna be checking out Tokai Teio, a triumphant return in UMA MUSUME made by Firex. And yeah, without further ado, let's get right into it.
Before this video begins, if you'd like to see me play UMA MUSUME live on my Twitch, I'll link it down in the description below.
Ooh, also, I did just finish the season 2, so go check all those out there. Amazing. So everything is just kind of like fresh in my mind. So checking this out,
To further support
amazing.
this series, consider becoming a channel member as well, or leave a super chat and tell me what you enjoyed most. Thank you to all my current channel members and subscribers over on Twitch. And now, without further delay, let's get right into the video.
Bro.
Horse racing remains to this day as one of the most popular sports in Japan. Through the decades, legacies have been established and several racehorses have solidified themselves in the JRA Hall of Fame.
Bro, that is
Forever-
so tough, man. I'm sorry, but like, I just gotta appreciate Teo looking like this. Cause dog, that finale was just slapping, bro. It was just so good.
Immortalized for their greatness on the racetrack.
So like seeing this
Every
again,
year, around 6,000 to 8,000 new racehorses are registered to the JRA and
is that every year? Hold up, what?
on the racetrack. Every year, around 6,000 to 8,000 new racehorses are registered to the JRA.
That is crazy.
And of that group, less than 30% would manage a single win throughout their career.
And dude, that's
of
like a single win. Like less than 30% of them with a single win, bro. That is nuts.
This 30%.
Yo, talking about all this analytics, and then bro pulls up Symboli Rudolph. Yo,
Even fewer would be known
Yo,
as
that's
Triple
crazy.
Crown racehorses. Over the span of 1941 to 1992, the odds of becoming a Triple Crown racehorse were 1 in every 76,500. For many,
Damn,
this
bro.
prestigious title was far out of reach.
No.
But for one
Before it fans into her face, I just want to take this moment just to just calm down. Yeah, calm down.
racehorse, it would be the foundation to a story of
That
perseverance.
still hurts, dude.
This is a story of Tokai Teio, the racehorse who defied all odds and turned the tragedy into a triumphant
look at that smile,
return.
boys.
If you've been playing UMA MUSUME or have been following the series, you'll know the game utilizes real-life events to shape the characters we race in the game. Before we dive into Teio's story, we first need to familiarize ourselves with what exactly a Triple Crown racehorse is. In the game, you'll compete in various
the
races
father.
to climb to the top, eventually reaching the Ura Finale series. This instance in the game, just like everything in
Wait,
UMA
hold up.
MUSUME,
Do people actually call it URA or do people call it URA? Because I kind of get a little confused by that, but like for the most part, I feel like people call it URA, not URA.
is modeled after
But yeah, correct
races
me
that
if I'm
took
wrong.
place in real life. A Triple Crown racehorse is a 3-year-old thoroughbred who has won 3 races that make up the prestigious Japanese Triple Crown. These races should sound familiar if you played through UMA MUSUME Pretty Derby.
Mm-hmm.
These races include the Satsuki Sho, Tokyo Yunshun, or the Japanese Derby, and the Kika Sho. The first ever Triple Crown racehorse was ST Light, who was given the Triple Crown title in 1941.
ST Light or
The
Saint
next
Light?
racehorse to receive this title would be Shinzan in 1964, Mr. CB in 1983,
Yo,
and finally
they-
Symboli Rudolph in 1984. Tokai Teio was set to be the next recipient of this
Like, bro, Tokai Teio just like, bro, look at this, dude. Bro was looking majestic as fuck. Like, look at that shine. Look at that shine, dog.
prestigious
Yo.
title. This was because Symboli Rudolph was Teio's sire,
Mm-hmm.
making him bred for the racetrack just as his father was. On April 20th, 1988, Tokai Teio was born at the Nagahama Ranch in Nikapu, Hokkaido. Even Teio's name is a reference to his father's crowning achievements. Teio translates to monarch, directly referring
Is that
to
what
Rudolph's nickname
Teio
Kote,
means?
meaning emperor. From birth,
Damn.
Tokai Teio didn't show much promise, having long legs and a
Okay, Loki, I did not know that information. I am just finding that out now, bro.
delicate frame. However, his potential began to shine through as conditioning and training began. Teio displayed flexible movement and a competitive spirit, reigniting the hope that he could follow up in his father's footsteps. Teio's unique flexibility is also brought up in the series, both by her fellow Umas and in the iconic Teio step, which is present both in the anime and the
Yo.
game. In the world of UMA MUSUME, Tokai Teio is a bright, bubbly Uma who has a natural-born talent for racing. She sees Rudolph as a mentor and a symbol of success. Rudolph is a student council president and always carries a sense of seriousness and elegance through the story of
And
Uma.
dude, like throughout the entirety of season 2, you can see Rudolph like just watching over Tokai Teio, and it's just one of those things that I just find so good, bro. It's just she just watches over her, and then it's just
Musume.
yes,
With Tokai
this is
Teio,
amazing.
Rudolph seems to have a softer side for her junior,
Mm-hmm.
and even from afar, still hopes the best for the Uma who admires her so much. This is yet another nod to real-life events in UMA MUSUME, showcasing the lineage of Symboli Rudolph to Tokai Teio. Tokai Teio also displays high levels of speed in the series as well, a nod to the outstanding performance that he show on ramp courses. A horse of Tokai Teio's caliber should not have been able to record good times. He had a longer
Really?
stride, but even still was able to shatter all expectations. Due to this, Shoichi Matsumoto, Teio's trainer, will plan a schedule to have Teio seize the next
And like,
triple
dude, like for everybody that thought it was over, every single time, bro just kept on going and going. Like, bro really did defy like all the odds, and just
crown.
like went on and on.
In the anime, Tokai Teio is also racing as a legacy to Rudolph. Teio is inspired by seeing Rudolph race before she joins Triumphant Academy.
God dang,
When
yo,
first-
bro put all his stats on speed. Hold up. Okay, the way I like to play games, just me personally, I kind of like tend to spread it all over the place, so it's kind of like balanced in a way. But is this really how the game kind of like just goes? Also, that's crazy. Guts is the lowest. Interesting.
Teio is inspired by seeing Rudolph race before she joins Triumphant Academy. When first meeting with the legendary Triple Crown
Oh,
recipient,
dude, this was so
Teio
cute.
vows to be the next Triple Crown racehorse, directly referencing the lineage Teio came from once more. Through the next string of victories, she'd inspire future generation of Umas
Kita-san
in
Black,
the series
baby.
like Kita-san Black and Satono Diamond. From Teio's debut on December 1st, 1990,
My
he
God,
dominated
dude, that
each
is
and every single race he
insane.
took part in. The very same speed and competitive spirit shown in UMA MUSUME is reflected in Teio's race history. From
And
his
like, bro, mind you, she was basically undefeated for a certain amount of time until she got like injured and whatnot. So it was she definitely had the chance to become a triple crown. But as we see in the anime, it just
initial debut until May
and
26,
it wasn't even her fault.
1991, Teio remained
But
undefeated
it
on
could
the
have
race
been.
course.
It could have been awesome.
In this short time, he'd also placed first in the Satsuki Sho and Tokyo Yushun. This left only the Kika Sho to claim the Triple Crown. However, only 3 days after winning the Tokyo Yushun, Teio would hit a massive roadblock. With the Kika Sho and the Triple Crown title within reach, Tokai Teio would sustain his first injury in his racing career. Just as the anime subtly hints to in the first few episodes, Teio
no. That is rough. That is rough. Showing me the first episode like this? That is a little rough, man. Especially after watching episode 12 and 13.
Those keen-eyed handlers also felt something was off with the racehorse. After an examination on Teio was conducted, it was revealed that his left leg had been fractured. This, unfortunately, would shatter the dreams of Teio following in his father's footsteps, and in the anime, come as a devastating blow to Teio for not fulfilling her promise to Rudolph. The entirety of UMA MUSUME Season 2 are the ups and downs of Teio's career. From this point until Teio's final race, I will do my best to paint a coherent timeline between the anime and real-life events as best as I can.
Oh, awesome.
Due to Teio's delicate frame, he was more susceptible to injuries such as this. Teio would spend nearly a year focusing on recovering and easing his way back into racing. In the anime, it's not depicted as anything severe. The first fracture is something Teio overcomes with relative ease, and is back to racing shortly after. Returning
in
to
a way they
racing
did
on
kinda
April
depict
5th,
that.
1992, Tokai Teio will place first in the Osaka High. This came as a wave of relief to onlooking fans who were worried for Teio's first injury. Their beloved racehorse had bounced back, and even though he didn't receive a triple crown, he still displayed the same dominating presence he'd been known for on the racecourse. It was very
Yo.
rare to see an outcome like Teio's return.
And like, bro,
So-
they did say at the anime, or Teo did say in the anime, that if she couldn't reach the Triple Crown title, she would go on to just become like undefeated, which we all kind of do know how it turned out. But it's just her grit of like just not giving up. That is such a big thing for
Several
me, man.
months without racing to immediately dominating the competition once more. This feeling of relief, sadly, would be short-lived though. Teio's next race would be the spring Tenno Sho, with his major competition being Major McQueen.
baby.
The interesting thing about
Oh my
this
gosh.
race is the overall distance of it. Teio had raced on tracks ranging from 1800 to 2400 meters, comfortably racing medium distance tracks over the course of his career. This
And
would
like-
be Teio's first long
And we are back.
distance run, challenging both the UMA version and the real-life counterpart with a long road of conditioning and training. This rivalry reached its peak on April 26, 1992, when the spring Tenno Sho would take place. Despite the difference in distance, Teio was still the majority favorite to win, holding his title as an undefeated racehorse. For context, up until this point in Teio's career, the lowest he'd ever been on the fan favorite was third. In the 7
Really?
races previous, Teio would be the favorite to win by a landslide.
The thing with this race was like it has a lot to do with, I would say, experience, and the fact that Teo didn't really run these types of long distance races. So the fact that she was trying to go up against McQueen in that kind of state, it was a little tough. But at the same time, when I was watching the episode, I thought it was gonna be a little bit closer, but I guess not.
And this race was no different. Due to this, it came as a major shock and upset that Teio wouldn't place second after McQueen, but instead 5th overall. This would be Teio's lowest placement in his career thus far. Unsurprisingly, Teio's image was criticized by the media, establishing this event as
Really?
a dethroning of an undefeated racehorse.
Like, bro,
The
coming in 5th is still such a good place, though. Because, like, mind you, this is her first time, like, going up against, like, McQueen in a long distance race. While every other horse there was, they all had experience in this type of long distance race. So that
was
to me
high
kind of
due to
doesn't make
Rudolph
sense.
being adept to long distance running. However, Teio couldn't live up to the same expectation. This loss would sow the seeds of doubt in UMA MUSUME for Teio, and only continued to snowball from this point on. Several days after Teio's defeat, he experienced his second leg fracture of his career. At this point, Teio's
Yeah, dude,
injuries
it
would
was
be
just-
taken more seriously.
It was just a snowball of just downhill type shit that was going on, man. Like every single time she got injured, she got back up, but then at the same time, after the race, she's literally just like right back to where it all started.
Repeated injuries such as fractures could be deadly to racehorses, so it would be best to tread lightly. Despite Teio's injuries, and clearly personified in the anime, Teio's fighting spirit never dwindled, even after losing both the Triple Crown and his undefeated race history. This is the point where the anime ventures away from real-life events, so from this point onward, I'll be sure to cover what the anime left out in the remainder of Teio's career.
Ooh, okay.
On November 1st, 1992, Teio participated in the Autumn Tenno Sho. Even after the first defeat of his career, fans still firmly believed in Teio's ability to win. This was back on a 2,000-meter course, something Teio showed clear domination on in the early stages of
Oh,
his
yeah.
career.
Hello?
Sadly, this race too would come as a major upset to fans of the beloved racehorse. Teio found herself unable to accelerate any further midway through the race, as reflected from actual racing footage. Teio would hover mid-pack for the entirety of the race, finishing 7th overall, far lower than the original 5th place upset against McQueen.
So rough,
This
bro.
would come as another major blow to Teio's reputation, and caused firm believers of Teio to lose faith in the racehorse who dominated the majority of their career.
In a way, this was kind of shown in the anime as well. I don't know if you guys do remember, but like as she was walking or not walking, I think she was in a wheelchair or the gold ship contraption thingy. The fans or like just the general public, there was a dad and a daughter. I think the dad was just like telling Teo that we used to be a fan of yours, and to me that was just purely just overall just disrespectful. But I don't know, man. It's just
In
rough.
UMA MUSUME, following the autumn Tenno Sho, we followed Teio on an emotional journey through recovery and rediscovery. Episode 7 of the anime would showcase a devastating loss at the Arima Kinen, with Teio placing 11th overall. Following this, Teio would fracture her leg yet again in episode 9, reflecting events that happened on June 3rd, 1993.
And like
The 11th
bro,
place
for me, episode 9 in Teo's story, was just the roughest one because that one was the one that showed like, I wouldn't say that she gave up, but at the same time I can't really say that she didn't give up. Because at the end, when McQueen was running and Teo was supposed to time her, she was just it was just so hard to watch her cry and smile like that while watching her rival train. And that's one of the things that kind of like was heavily impacted on Teo's mind. The fact that she couldn't train feels like everybody else is just kind of like moving forward except her. So like to me, seeing her smile while crying like that was just so hard.
Arima Kinen would take place on December 27, 1992. But between this point and the depiction of Teo's third fracture would be one of the most important races of Teo's career. This race, unfortunately, is not one depicted in the anime, and is a race that we're all too familiar with if you've seen UMA MUSUME Season 1. The Japan Cup is a prestigious international race, first established in 1981. This would pit Japanese racehorses against the best from around the world. The first race would include horses from Japan, the United States, Australia, Canada, New Zealand, and
Canada
India.
mentioned, boys.
Horse
Let's
racing
go.
had a strong presence in Japan at the time, and expectations were high to see a win from Japan overall. The first ever Japan Cup winner was Marzi Dotes from the United States, coming as a major upset to the Japanese people. Following the debut of the Japan Cup, the door would be open to the best horses from around the world to participate, solidifying it as one of the most competitive international events to ever be established in horse racing. From the Japan Cup's initial establishment to the time of Teo's racing career in 1992, there would only be 2 victors crowned from Japan. These would be Katsuragi Ace in 1984 and Simbali Rudolph in 1985.
Yeah, baby girl.
From 1986 to 1991, Japan would see repeated losses at the Japan Cup. As the years progressed, faith in a Japanese victory grew smaller and smaller, and the legacy of the back-to-back wins of Katsuragi Ace and Simbali Rudolph.
Damn, this is Katsuragi Ace's UMA form? Dog, bro, look at drift out and the freaking backwards design with the dragon. Oh my god, yo, that is tough. That is tough.
Began to become a distant memory. Funnily enough, the Season 1 depiction of Special Week's win would be taken from the 1999 Japan Cup, 7 years after Teo's participation.
Really?
Special Week's win would usher in another wave of hope for the Japanese people, and be the first of several consecutive wins of Japanese racehorses in the following years.
Nah, bro,
The following
Special Week was
victories would
moving
include
different,
TM
dog.
Opero in the year 2000, and Jungle
The
Pocket
fucking
in
Emperor,
2001.
baby!
From 2001 till modern day, foreign competitors would only steal a victory twice from the pride of Japan. What once began as a race which showcased
Did I call her that? Hold up. I think I got
would
her
usher in another
name
wave of
mixed wrong.
hope for the Japanese people, and be the first of several consecutive wins of Japanese racehorses in the following years. The following victories would include TM Opero in the year 2000,
Overlord, yeah,
and
that's what I
Jungle
was.
Pocket
That
in
was
2001. From
that's what I missed.
2001 till modern day, foreign competitors would only steal a victory twice from the pride of Japan. What once began as a race which showcased weakness over foreign competitors, now would show strong determination and pride of the Japanese people. Currently, Japan has consecutive wins from 2006 to 2024.
Yo, Japan is cooking, boys. Yo, from 2006 to 2024 is insane work. Nah, dude, they be cooking that
15-year
shit.
record of wins at the Japan Cup. Though Special Week's win is seen as a major victory, it would be Tokai Teio's performance in 1993 that would revitalize the pride and hope of the Japanese racehorses. Despite Teio's second fracture and the low placement in the autumn Tenno Sho, he was set to participate in the 1992 Japan Cup. It's important to note that Tokai Teio's competition was nothing to scoff at either. Even at the time of writing the script, the horses Teio went up against are still widely seen as the strongest lineup in the history of the Japan Cup races.
Really?
Teio wasn't seen as a horse to claim victory either, placing 5th in the overall popularity poll to win. So it would come as a major shock to everyone on November 29, 1992, when Tokai Teio began to advance to the front of the pack. Against all odds, in front of the entire world, Tokai Teio was about to solidify himself as a legendary racehorse.
Nah, bro, been
Teio
legendary
had upset
before
all
that.
odds, claiming victory for Japan once more. Even though Teio would never be a Triple Crown recipient, he managed to do something even better. Despite 2 leg fractures, Teio was able to bring home a victory his father had years ago,
Yeah,
showcasing
dude.
determination and competitive spirit that was still present within Tokai Teio. Teio had not only bested all odds against one of the most difficult rosters ever recorded, but had shown the people that nothing could keep him down. I'll never personally understand why the anime shied away from this race, but I wanted to make sure to highlight it in this video.
In a way, I do feel like it was a matter of like how much episode they were trying to cover. Because like with the season 2, they got like 13 episodes, and I don't really think they were trying to do more than that. So they were trying to like just get the overall storyline like done in a way. But yes, it would have been nice to include that little tidbit there.
Aside from Teio's miracle return, which we'll cover shortly, this was the highlight of Tokai Teio's career. The sheer sound of the fans' cheers and the excitement in the announcers' voices are enough to establish just how much hope Tokai Teio had inspired with this triumphant victory.
Yeah, let's fucking go, dude! Like, bro, is him! Oh my god! Like, bro, he's cooking that shit! Run that, run that, run that, run that, run that! Oh my god, yo, she is first! Let's go! Oh my god, yo, and you can hear the crowd.
Alright, now that we covered that
Dude,
portion
like,
of
you can
Teio's
hear the
career, we can look
crowd,
once
man.
more
That
to
is
UMA
insane.
Musume Season 2 for the final race covered in this series. After sustaining a much more severe fracture on the 3rd of June 1993, Teio would cancel her race at the Takarazuka Kinen. This would showcase the internal struggle of Teio in the anime, seeing how she could have won the competition if she had participated. Teio would go through a lot of highs and lows at this point, but
Mostly
with the help of
lows.
her friends and her trainer, she'd find the strength and determination to continue on. At this point, Teio would be told she may never race at full capacity again, a devastating blow to the young UMA. Despite this, her determination to race never dwindled, and even through the pain of rehabilitation and conditioning, she found herself once more on the racecourse. A year after Tokai Teio's crushing loss at the Arima Kinen, the race following Tokai Teio's Japan Cup victory, she participated in the following year's Arima Kinen. The popularity of Tokai Teio had seen many ups and downs from her audience, but everyone hoped for a miracle for this race.
Yeah, dude.
Teio's popularity at the
wanted
previous
her
Arima
back,
Kinen
man.
would be first seeded to win. However, after the crushing defeat a year prior, it had dropped to 4th. If Teio's previous absence had little hope for turning a victory, this race had even more doubt. In the recorded history of Japanese horse racing, there hasn't been a single G1 winner that hadn't raced for a year and come back victorious on the track. It's unheard of in general for this to occur at all, to have a horse return after such a long hiatus. Injuries like Teio's.
This just goes to show you how crazy Teio was. Like, I mean, the real life horse. Because, like, bro, most other horses, even one injury, one fracture, could cause them their whole career. Bro just kept on going and going. So it's just, to me, that is just an insane freaking
For many,
career, bro.
will result in retirement. When the race began, nothing seemed out of the ordinary. Teio would perform as he usually did in both the anime and in UMA MUSUME's final episode. As the race progressed though, just like with the Japan Cup, the audience began to see something remarkable occur. The miracle they all hoped for was about to become a reality. In the anime, Teio digs deep to find the strength to push for first place, directly reflecting actual footage of the 1993 Arima Kinen.
Hearing all this.
Just like in the Japan Cup, the audience cheers were overwhelming. The legacy of Tokai Teio was still alive, and the victory only described as a miracle was about to occur. Teio would surpass Biwa Hayahide near the final spurt of the
And bro,
race,
mind you, Biwa
claiming another
Hayahide
G1
is
victory
insane
after
as well.
364 consecutive days away from the race course.
Let's freaking
This
go.
solidified Teio as one of the greatest racehorses of all time,
Oh, yes.
setting the record
Definitely,
for the
no
longest
questions
period for a
about that.
G1 winner to return and win yet another G1 race. Even in modern day, this record remains undefeated, a lasting example of Teio's perseverance. The victory in the anime comes off episodes of Teio struggling with her injuries, the possibility of not racing
And dude,
again,
the way they
nor racing with her
depicted
beloved
this race
rival,
was just
Meijuro
so
McQueen.
fucking hype.
Teio's victory in the anime is described as a miracle race because that's exactly what it was. Not only did Teio defy all odds at the Japan Cup, but once more in 1993 at the Arima Kinen. A victory that would end Teio's career on a high note after sequences of crushing defeats.
Yo, I love this one.
Sadly,
Kito-san Black
following the
looking at there,
Arima
bro.
Kinen victory, in 1994, Teio would sustain one final fracture that would force him into retirement. Even though he didn't claim the Triple Crown title, Teio had solidified himself as a legendary racehorse. Unsurprisingly, in 1995, Tokai Teio was inducted to the JRA Hall of Fame, immortalizing his story of perseverance and determination.
Which, yes,
Following
she
Teio's
deserved
retirement,
that, bro.
a
She
photo
deserved
album
that.
was released of him titled Yume o Kakeru, which is the same name as the second season's opening of UMA MUSUME, a tribute to Teio's legacy and the lasting impact he had on Japanese horse racing. Teio would live out the remainder of his life away from the racetrack, acting as a breeding stallion to continue on the legacy as he did Rudolph's. Teio would have 835 offspring, with some of the most notable being Tokai Point, Yamanin's Cure, Tokai Pulsar, and Strong Blood. Tokai Teio lived comfortably for the remainder of his life before passing away on August 30th, 2013. He was the age of 25 and sadly would die of heart failure. A racehorse who defied all odds and returned to captivate the hearts of millions. This was the story of Tokai Teio,
Truly a legend.
one of determination and perseverance. A legacy honored by an energetic UMA with a love for racing and a drive to never give up.
Just wow, man. And like, bro, everybody has thought about giving up at some point in their life. Bro, mind you, she was a horse. She kept on going, dog. Like, even, I'm guessing, even when she did have that fourth fracture, she still wanted to keep on going. But it was just insane track record from Teio. And bro, she definitely cemented herself in the history of horse racing, which I love, by the way. But yeah, man, another amazing video from Firex. Just the overall storytelling, edits, dude. Every single time Pyrex just gives us a video, I need it. I need it. It's like that one meme from SpongeBob. But dude, yeah, amazing 10 out of 10 video from Firex. If you guys do have time, go check out his other videos. And yeah, if you guys did enjoy my reaction to Tokai Teio, comment, like, and subscribe. And yeah, I will see you guys on the next one.